our mayor, city leaders, to share the heartbreaking news that Jacksonville has suffered the loss of 3 precious lives at the hands of an active shooter. This afternoon, a little after 1 p.m., an individual outfitted with a tactical vest, armed with the AR-style rifle and a handgun. Then the shooter killed 3 people before turning the gun on himself, taking his own life. Other than the 3 individuals killed and the shooter himself, there are no additional people who suffered gunshot wounds. We are not identifying the deceased victims at this time, but I can tell you that there are 2 male victims and 1 female victim. All of the deceased victims are Black. Multiple units from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to this active shooter scene, as did members of Jacksonville Fire Rescue, our mayor, and city leaders. We are still in the very early stages of this investigation, so there's a lot of information that we don't know at this time. I will share with you the information that I have been able to verify. The shooter was believed to have resided in Clay County with his parents. He was involved in a 2016 domestic call in Clay County with no arrest. In 2017, he did have a Baker Act. We know that at 11:39 a.m. Sheriff Cook gave us information that he left Clay, headed to Jacksonville. At 1:18 p.m., he texted his father and told his father to check his computer. At 1:53 p.m., the shooter's family members called the Clay County Sheriff's Office. By that time, he had already began shooting in Jacksonville. County received information to the shoot several manifestos among the federal agents. Portions of these manifestos detailed the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated, and he hated Black people. He wanted to kill. That's the one and only time I use that. I want to be very clear that there is absolutely the shooter is part of any large group. We know that he acted completely alone. If you take a look at the images on the screen, you'll be able to see what he utilized. The weapons that the shooter used today are a Glock and an AR-15 style rifle. This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history. Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak. There's no place for hate in our community, and this is not Jacksonville. As a member of this Jacksonville community, I am sickened by this cowardly shooter's personal ideology of hate. Homicide detectives are actively investigating this tragedy, and despite the fact that the shooter is dead, they will continue to investigate this until we have a complete understanding of what happened and even why he did it. Our Jacksonville community collectively cries tonight. To the victims and victims' families, our thoughts and prayers are with you now and will remain with you. Please know that in the face of this tragedy, this agency and our city stands with you. We stand united and resolved in our commitment to accountability. We stand united with each other. Those who have personally suffered loss and those who have been touched by this tragedy, we are with you. We stand united and resolved against all forms of hate. And at this time, I'll take any questions that I can. Yes, it's a mass shooting. It's an active shooting. Whatever you want to label it, it's a shooting that should not have happened under any circumstances.
Chicago police say 3 people were shot on the city's west side. This was the scene last night near Madison and Leamington. Details about the shootings. Chicago police say 3 people were shot on the city's west side. This was the scene last night near Madison and Leamington. Details about the shooting still unclear. All victims were taken to the hospital. At least 1 is in critical condition. The other 2 will be okay. Police say they are investigating, and so far, no man is in custody.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
City officials calling for a crackdown on crime as an armed robbery spree continues across Chicago.
WGN's Dana Rebick is live in North Lawndale with the latest here. Dana?
Well, police believe there are multiple robbery crews targeting victims on the west side. One of those crews was caught last night, but after those arrests were made, another group was at it, hitting victims in 10 separate locations in a matter of 2 hours.
Sí, me robaron a mí, me quitaron $2,000.
A mechanic at Illinois Auto Repair on North St. Louis and Logan Square says it happened in seconds. A dark-colored sedan pulled up just before 7:30 Saturday night, and 4 armed men with hoods up, wearing masks jump out, taking his wallet at gunpoint and had $2,000 cash a customer had just paid him inside. He says he never thought it would happen to him. This man is just one of more than a dozen people robbed in a 2-day time span on the west side.
It sounds like that's been happening a lot lately. It's definitely scary.
Victims described between 2 to 5 armed offenders. In several of the incidents, they were seen fleeing in a white sedan, one victim describing it as a Kia. Just overnight, a crew committed 10 armed robberies, the first just before 3:30 this morning in the 4400 block of West 5th. The offenders hit victims on West Grand, South Campbell, Southwestern, West Cermak, South Allport, West Lake, North Ashland, and West Grenshaw. In some cases, the victims were assaulted as well.
It is a real shame that it's happening. I do wish that there would be less of this, naturally.
Chicago police did arrest 3 people around 9:30 last night after an armed robbery led to a crash in Bucktown. The suspects were in a white SUV and had just robbed a 51-year-old woman in the 2000 block of Mozart before crashing. That vehicle is possibly connected to multiple robberies over the weekend, including the one at the auto repair shop.
There was a lot of frustration because I know that the mayor's talking about investing in the community, looking at the root cause of violence, which my community supports. I think most Chicagoans support. But in the interim, what are we doing to address the issues now?
36th Ward Alderman Gilbert Villegas recently held a public safety meeting with the 12th Police District Commander. He reports residents have started a petition for the city to reopen the shuttered 13th District that closed in 2012 due to consolidation.
The lack of patrols that are in the area. What I heard over and over were complaints, rightfully so, from the constituents that they're not seeing enough police officers in the area.
Some feel it's become a free-for-all, many fearing for their safety.
I don't think there's a target. I just think they're just doing it just because they feel like they can.
That petition to reopen the 13th District already has 1,500 signatures. Alderman Villegas hoping that it can be put as a referendum on the upcoming March 2024 ballot. Live at the 10th District, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
There it goes. Yeah, look. Yeah.
Second, to be honest with you, so
yeah, so here, pick them up. I can show you my ID and everything like that. You can run the VIN number.
See it.
Smell like you.
I don't know you. We're not friends yet.
Okay.
That's right here, right now. That's right here, right now.
0, 12, 7, 3. Call Romeo 13 16 74.
Yeah, it's now. Hello. See me? Hi.
Hang on. That's Officer Angle. Hang with him for a minute, okay? Mr. Deal?
Yes, sir.
Hang tight.
Can I have my phone?
You just tried
Okay.
to go
It's
crazy.
B400.
Me nobody.
Okay.
No subscribers.
What's up, man? 177-94. Yeah, just hang it over here for us, so until we figure everything out.
Thank you.
Over that vehicle comes back to a 26.
So I guess you got no insurance, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they suspended my insurance last month, and I know I'm not really supposed to be driving. Like, I know.
I appreciate you being honest.
Yeah, because they don't make no sense, bro.
I already got you.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. But so I ain't gonna lie, I'm out cheating. What the fuck?
Okay. Tell me the whole thing straight through.
Tell you the whole thing,
beginning to end.
Beginning to end.
Yep.
All right, so I got pulled maybe a month ago or some shit like that. Got pulled like a month ago. I put my car on ice. Now I'm working, but we just moved to a little house and shit like that. So I ain't really got the money. People who I was just with, I swear to God, I call her on speaker. It's her birthday. Don't have a car. She live on campus. I'm right here on Alafaya, right here behind the Ave, the Age.
Yeah.
So I'm going right there. That's exactly where I'm at. I go pick her up last night, come back. She stayed the night, and then I just drop her back off.
Okay.
And I'm literally going.
And you were heading back there.
And I'm just going to go park up. So I don't be moving like that. But last night, why the fuck not? You know, so that's what. But that's me. I've been everything like that. Like, I don't want to do no bullshit with you.
I appreciate it.
For me to, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was him, he'd have to come through you to do some extra shit. So,
Turn around. Put your
Move it.
I have my edge. I do have my firearm right here. Okay. Anything in your pocket? No, sir. No, sir. You didn't put your hands right there for me? Hands up. Hands on the back. Appreciate it. Just want to make sure you ain't okay. have that in the back. Before we go any further, there's nothing in the vehicle.
I'm Russ Martin, former Delaware County Sheriff and Chief of Police for the City of Delaware. I worked in law enforcement before recently retiring. I have no connection to the Blendon Township Police Department, but they asked me to provide and review some context that might be helpful.
U.S. Marshals say days before Christmas, someone stole gifts meant for kids.
Forensic examination identified his fingerprint.
They say that fingerprint led investigators back to 30-year-old Devontae Jackson. He is wanted for several charges, including 4 counts of armed robbery, bail jumping, and domestic abuse. Prosecutors say in December of 2019, Jackson and others went up to a home near 36th in Toronto armed with guns.
Knocked on the door, female answered the door, and he allegedly had a gun on.
Prosecutors say the group made their way inside and pointed guns at the children.
You have Christmas gifts around the tree, so Devontae and the other guys, they end up stealing it and taking some of the items, some of the gifts. And the woman said, hey, this is my kid's Christmas gift. He used some other profane words, said, hey, I don't care.
Milwaukee police eventually arrested Jackson. He posted bail and was following his court dates until April of 2022. He laid low until April of 2023 when he was accused of domestic abuse near 21st and Townsend.
He knocked on another door of a previous ex, and she told him, hey, you're not coming in.
U.S. Marshals say he damaged his ex's property.
Started banging on the door, knocked out a glass window. She called the police. Police came. He's been gone since.
Jackson is described as 5'10". He weighs 150 pounds. He is considered armed and dangerous. U.S. Marshals say he has strong ties to southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois.
We really need to get this guy off the street.
Anyone with information on his whereabouts is encouraged to call the U.S. Marshal tip line 414-297-3707. You will remain anonymous. In the chance Jackson is watching, U.S. Marshal. One-year-old Mario Garcia of Racine.
Mario is 5'6", approximately 180 pounds. He has a tattoo on his neck of his last name, Garcia.
They say he's no stranger to law enforcement, and he knows he's a wanted man.
Mario is considered armed and dangerous.
U.S. Marshals say Garcia had drugs and 4 counts.
Maybe not jail. Yeah, probably jail. Maybe for probation or parole. Maybe for me not back for jail. Or a new chica. Understand? Mucho for home.
We're learning more about the man who shot and killed 3 people at a Dollar General store before turning the gun on himself. Authorities say many more lives could have been lost if not for this man who is being hailed a hero. He's a cop at a nearby college who successfully blocked the gunman from coming on campus. Stephen Fabian reports.
He's the hero college cop who confronted the Jacksonville mass shooter when he was spotted on the campus of a